All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for yet another volume reading of One Piece. Time to continue with volume 85. Let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Yo, peoples! Kyushu92 here. Welcome back to more One Piece. We are going to be reading through volume 85 of the series, titled Liar. And this is going to be continuing after Pudding has met with Luffy and company, after they've been imprisoned, after Luffy was basically kind of beaten into submission by the vast army of Big Mom after, well, essentially him defeating Cracker, one of the sweet generals. Not only that, but Luffy finally ran into Sanji, and Sanji, not wanting to put his crew into danger, decided to fight Luffy and, try and vocally disrespect him, all in the view of his family, which tore him up inside. So now we have Luffy imprisoned, and now we get to see what happens in volume 85. So let's begin! The story thus far, actually, the chapters we'll be going through will be chapters 849 all the way to 858. Nice! Let's get started. Story! After 2 years of hard training, the Straw Hat Pirates are back together, first at the Sabaody Archipelago, and then through Fishman Island, to their next stage, the New World. The crew happens across law on the island of Punk Hazard, and they travel to Dressrosa to defeat Doflamingo. Next, the crew forms an alliance with the samurai and minks to topple Kaido, an emperor of the sea, and rescue Wano Kingdom from his grasp. Meanwhile, Sanji is in terrible danger. His true father has arranged a political marriage for him with Big Mom's daughter. Sanji agrees to meet Big Mom in order to refuse the marriage, but they trap him and prevent his escape. Luffy's group rushes to save him, but Sanji refuses the help and clashes with his captain. Then Big Mom's forces capture Luffy. So the first chapter we have is chapter 849, Chobro in the Land of Mirrors. Guest room for the Vinsmokes. And we have Yonji and Niji talking with Judge. And Ichiji is there as well. Where's Reiju? Black tea. Green tea. Who knows? She went out earlier. Oh, by the way, Father. Where are the two lovebirds going to live after the wedding? With Germa, of course. The girl needs to be our hostage, or who knows what sort of demands they'll make of us. These people are pirates, remember? Wouldn't they want a hostage too? Don't be stupid, Niji. Would threatening to kill Sanji mean a thing to us? Good point! Oh, I can't wait. We get to live with Sanji again. Brulee's house, Mirror World. And who's saying this?
Oh, we're serving some fine wild game today. Is everybody nice and hungry?
We're starving!
Then cut the rope! No! Don't eat me!
And this is Carrot, as she's dangling over a pot. Mind you, Chopper is in the background in his strong point, bound up in chains, but they don't know that he can shrink down.
Brulee sealed her own downfall. That's not Carrot. It's just a frog that Brulee turned into Carrot with her powers.
So the Carrot that Brulee saw was actually a frog turned into Carrot.
The real Carrot is hiding above the ceiling. Ah, save me, Chobro!
And it shows Carrot hiding in a space in the attic, looking down, making all these sounds.
But even as our bait, I don't want the poor frog to get cooked.
And then Chopper's looking around.
There are 16 enemies in this house. The ones who are trouble are Randolph.
Here goes, Lady Brulee.
That cute little face of yours is going to get all burned. Brulee. Aristocroc.
I'm starving.
And the weird smokestack man, Diesel.
She's gonna struggle. We gotta keep the lid on tight.
She goes into the wind-up
And as Carrot prepares to wind up and throw something, she throws something just as Randolph is about to cut the rope.
Ah!
And hits Randolph and knocks him down. Yo!
What? What are you doing, Randolph?
Lady Brûlée! Someone's above the ceiling! And that smokestack man, that's Diesel, as Carrot drops down to grab the frog disguised as her.
What? Two bunny girls? Yeah!
And Carrot, using this momentum, kicks the entire pot of boiling broth directly towards Brûlée.
What? Oh no, not that! Anything but that! Ah!
And then we just hear the screams from outside of the house. Lady Brûlée! And then Chopper.
Brain point!
And Chopper shrinks down to his brain point size. And then chomps on a rumble ball.
Rumble!
And Brûlée is still burning.
Oh no, hurry, save Lady Brûlée!
Lady Brûlée!
Electrical Luna!
And Carrot electrifies all the liquid in the room, basically shocking everyone else in the room. Randolph, the crane, everyone gets shocked by Carrot because of her electro. And while this is going on, Chopper turns into his monster point, right behind Aristocroc, and looks behind him as Chopper's grabbing onto his tail, and Chopper flips him over his shoulder. Oh, Croc! It's a monster! But the people who are still around and still able to move, they see that Chopper is bringing Aristocroc directly on top of them. Ah! And Chopper basically just body slams Aristocroc on everybody else. So now, Brûlée is down, Randolph is down, Aristocroc is down, and the only one who's still there is Diesel. Oh boy, we got a real situation here. Better report to Mama! And he immediately takes off. He immediately takes off and speeds away from everyone in the house. Shoot, toot, 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 you fools! Once I get running, there's nothing in the world that can... And Carrot just appears right behind him and goes, got you! Ah! And then Carrot is holding on. Carrot is holding on to Diesel.
Guess who?
Ah! Look out! Look out! I got Z! And slams Diesel directly into a wall. With Chopper going,
we did it! We managed to beat out Brûlée's forces!
And the same frog that she was threatening to cook is sitting there right on Brûlée. Hold on. Make this just a little bit more stable because I know it's kind of shaking just a little bit. Sorry about that. It's because I'm leaning on my desk.
We managed to wipe out Brûlée's forces! Jobro! That's perfect! Now we can travel all over the island through the mirrors! Let's search for the others!
Because Carrot has Diesel in tow. Sanji's room.
Him. At the moment, Straw Hat Luffy and the cat burglars are in chains. Soul King and a male mink are raising hell all over the place.
And Sanji isn't saying anything.
The guards are having quite a time trying to...
Okay, that's enough.
Did you bring the ingredients? These? Of course. If you're feeling hungry, I could bring a meal.
Nah, I'm going to use this kitchen here. Pudding didn't show up for that last meal, so I'm going to cook something for her. I'm a bit concerned.
Yes, of course. It seems she's still feeling poorly.
Treasure repository, and we're here with Brooke. Here are the keys.
Darn you! You've really made a mess of things here!
And when one guard tries to run up on Brooke, swallow banderol. And he slices straight through. Mind you, he slices this dude in a way that the slice goes along his body vertically from front to back. And there's just a chill right behind him as well. Well, of course I have. I asked my partner to risk death itself for me. Pedro, will you be a decoy? So that I could get in here. I've got to leave with what I came for. And it shows one person basically shooting at Brooke. But Brooke just responds by just thrusting his sword forward and launching this dude. Otherwise, I shall lose all face. What do you mean I have no face? Yo! And then he basically KOs everyone. I've got to hurry. And he's going up to the road poneglyph that's up there. Then we cut back to Smoothie. Huh? Mama?
Your Majesty! You didn't need to come.
You didn't need to come. I can handle...
Out of my way, Smoothie!
And Big Mom bursts straight through her own door, just physically just Kool-Aid Mans into her own treasure repository.
Who dares to interfere with my fun? Who could be so foolish?
Huh? Oh no!
Huh? What kind of creature is this?
Big Mom! And then we cut to the Whole Cake Chateau courtyard. And it's Pedro fighting all these soldiers.
Just keep pushing him back! There, we've trapped him in the courtyard.
Darn, what are they playing at?
Long time no see. Captain Pedro the Nox pilots. As an adversary, I have always respected your skill.
Baron Tamago.
And now when we meet face to face, the scars over our left eye twitch with rage. Now, tell me, why would the man who clung to life so fiercely 5 years ago return to repeat his mistake?
And then Pedro doesn't say anything and takes his hat off.
After all, you have
barely any life remaining to begin with.
And as Pedro takes his hat off, Baron Tamago takes off his sunglasses, and Pedro takes off his hat, and we finally see the left side of Pedro's face and the left side of Baron Tamago's face, and they both have scars over their left eyes.
For on that fateful day, Mama stole 50 years of your life from you.
That's right. I'm under no illusions here. I don't intend to return home alive.
Then it's raining elsewhere in Whole Cake Island. And we have someone walking in the hallway, and their hand is bloodied, and they're dripping blood as they're walking, and it's Reiju, who's apparently been injured, huffing and puffing out of exhaustion. And that's the end of chapter 849. We got an SBS. Question. Hi, Odachi. I've been counting. Ever since that fateful day in Volume 10 when Timmy Ueda first stole the SBS title call, which started in Volume 4, readers have begun the SBS corner 60 times. Boom! I simply cannot believe that they would be shameless enough to steal your glory. Go on, Oda-sensei. Scream those words as loud as you can today. Say the words, the SBS has begun. And once again, the reader proudly proclaims, Start the SBS! Signed, Shokotan. Answer, the SBS has begun. I said it. Thank you. Wait, no! This is not what I want! And Oda's wailing. Question, would Heracleson be really bad as bad at Shiritori? The word game where you can start each word with the last letter of the previous word. Signed, Seikun. Answer, well, since you lose by ending a word in N, I'd say so. Question. In chapter 840, The Iron Mask, young Sanji was reading the storybook about Nolan, but I'm more curious about that book of devil fruit sitting next to him. This must be the book he used to find out about the clear fruit in chapter 464. Signed, Dory. Answer. Well spotted. Sanji did indeed mention both books before in his travels. Because it shows Sanji talking about, this brings back memories, I read it as a kid, Nolan the Liar. And when I was a kid, I read through the encyclopedia of devil fruits. So while he was a kid, he read through that encyclopedia and knows about Nolan. Chapter 850, A Ray of Light. Sweet City. And there's screams happening all over the city. Ah! Ah! Whoa!
Nope! Oh! Nope!
Ah! There it is!
Not here either.
And then both Chopper and a grown man screaming because Chopper walks in on this dude while he's, taking a bath. And there's just screams happening all over the city. And now we're back in the mirror world as we see that Chopper has basically tied up and bound Brûlé and is basically using Diesel as their own personal carriage to get around the mirror world quickly.
Maybe it's farther ahead? Wake up, Brûlé! Where are the mirrors into the castle? We'll never find it if we have to look for ourselves. Do you know where to go, Diesel?
You wish I did.
Darn it! As long as we're touching Brûlé, we can come and go through the mirrors. And we know Luffy and Nami were going to the castle. I wonder if they were able to meet up with Sanji. We're supposed to be connected to all the mirrors on Whole Cake Island here. We could get there in a blink if we just knew which one. Dang it, Brûlé, wake up!
Sanji's guest room, Whole Cake Chateau.
Oh, shoot. I got in the groove and cooked the usual way. Poor Pudding. She's not going to eat this much. What am I doing? Well, whatever. I can eat the leftovers.
And it cuts to when Pudding was apparently feeding Sanji.
I can't eat this much food. Here you go, Sanji.
Open wide. Oh, jeez.
What you doing? Going for a walk? You bet. I'm going to bask in my only ray of light remaining.
Prison library.
Stop it, Luffy! What are you doing?
And Opera is the one watching over Luffy and Nami.
You're wasting your time.
Stop it! You're going to rip your hands off at the wrist.
And yes, that's the point! And Luffy has apparently been stretching his body so much that he's bundled up in his own arm length, and he's getting to the point where his arms are starting to actually tear from overstretching.
What do you mean?
You think there's any other way out of here? I'd rather lose my arms than be dead! While we sit here wondering who's going to save us, we're losing everything, and then Big Mom kills us in the end. Well, I'll be darned if I die in such a stupid and pointless way. You rip your arms off too!
No way! Are you crazy?
Fine, then I'm going to solve this problem, so stop yelling in my ear!
Listen, I don't want to watch you rip your arms off!
Stop complaining!
I am not!
And Luffy just... Oh wait, sorry, this is Luffy going, I am not going to die in a place like this! And then Nami is just still screaming, while Luffy is just trying to force his way out of being bound. Did I think about putting chapters up in the corner? No, I didn't. No, that's only for Hunter x Hunter. Third floor courtyard, Whole Cake Chateau. Former captain of the Nox Pirates, Pedro with a bounty of 382 million berries. Knight of the Big Mom Pirates, Baron Tamago with a bounty of 429 million berries. And both Pedro and Tamago are fighting each other in this courtyard. And everyone else is just watching. And while they recoil from their attacks, Pedro makes his way in order to attack Tamago again. And then we're looking at a flashback.
You're under the Big Mom Pirates, Peckhams? Pedro! Zeppo!
And they both say to each other,
You'll lose more than I at this. You'll lose more than I this time.
And they both clash with each other again.
You've done it now, you thieves! Your partner here spun the roulette wheel. The punishment? 100 years life!
Talk to me! Zeppo!
Well, he only had 30 left to go. That means you owe me 70 years.
So Zeppo is now dead. And Pedro has to pay the rest.
Zeppo!
You cannot match my superior reach. On top of that,
Kiddo! Mama, he's like a brother to me!
I'm wearing lit tights that block your electro powers.
Don't cry, Peckhams. Fine, I'll knock 10 years off. But the price for taking Tamago's eye is heavy. 60 years, no less!
How many years will this knock off? This death is meaningless. The day of the dawn of the world is nigh. I must return home.
And Pedro willingly gouges out his own left eye so that the rest of his life isn't just taken from him immediately.
Mama, I like you. 50 years it is. Enjoy your life.
And then we cut back to the present as Pedro gets kicked in the face by Baron Tamago's legs Benedict. And Pedro's sent flying.
Answer-moi, Pedro. Why have you come back here? Why return to the Isle of Nightmares where your partner was murdered and you lost 50 years of life?
The Straw Hat crew saved my homeland. I owe them my life. I am certain that they will one day guide the world to a new dawn. They shall surpass you all and change the world. So there's no better way to use the last remnants of my life than in their service. But don't get me wrong, I'm not dying here. They haven't fulfilled their reason for being here yet. I'm not dying yet!
And in an instant, he blitzes Baron Tamago and slices his body in half, and like an egg-like substance comes straight out of Baron Tamago's body. Before Pudding's room. And Sanji is there at Pudding's room, at her door. Who can speak?
Come on, let me in.
No, you brute! Lady Pudding is currently indisposed.
I just want to give her something.
No, you brute! Go away before I slam in your face.
Let's see. I think there's a veranda outside Pudding's room. Aha, here we go. I can hand her through the window.
And Sanji just goes outside.
Maybe I shouldn't. It's kind of like peeping. What am I talking about? We'll be husband and wife tomorrow. It's not going to be a crime if she's changing or naked.
And then Sanji makes his way over to Pudding's room. Because that thought is still in his mind.
Oh, good, she's laughing. There's my sweet Pudding. Is she talking with someone?
And then Sanji can see that it's Reiju in the room.
Reiju? What's she doing here? Why is she with...
That's so funny.
Huh?
As we see Pudding's true face, as she has not just one, not just two, but 3 eyes.
You've got to be dreaming. Me marry that stupid thug? Of course I'm not. I'm Mama's favorite, especially when it comes to my acting. In fact, she's so fussy over me that it gets annoying sometimes. Still, it's so easy to fool men when Mama asks me to. Those Straw Hats never stood a chance. Only my family knows what I'm truly like.
And then we cut back to the prison library and find out what Pudding said. But we're still in the present.
Stop it, Luffy! You really will rip your arms off!
Darn it! I'll show that darn Pudding! She'll never get away with this!
So going back to what Pudding said at the end of the last volume.
So don't worry, I'm not going to marry him.
Huh?
Listen close. If you want to know why we're not getting married, it's because that love-struck idiot will get riddled with bullets during the ceremony, courtesy of me. And you're not getting out of here alive either.
Wait, Pudding, what did you say?
Goodbye, my helpless little rats.
She was planning to ruin us ever since the beginning. What does she have against Sanji anyway? This is messed up!
So now we know what Pudding truly said to Luffy and everybody at the end of the last volume. And now we're back with Pudding speaking to Reiju.
You're so naive. What do you call yourselves? An army of evil? Stick to the world of imagination, you inept clowns. The only things Mama wants are your army of clone soldiers and your scientific power. What a sweetheart you turned out to be.
Because it shows that Reiju has already been injured, and that little jelly that's always with Pudding essentially has Reiju bound where she can't actually move.
What a sweetheart you turned out to be. See, it's that sarcastic and uncooperative side of you that we don't need. The entirety of the Germa Kingdom is currently moored within our borders. We waft out the sweet, irresistible scent of a political marriage with Sanji, and you roaming flies took the bait, just as Mama planned. At tomorrow's wedding, the entire Vinsmoke family...
And there's a lightning crash.
...will be put to death.
And Sanji is hearing all of this while he's outside and it's raining. And that's the end of chapter 850. Onwards to chapter 851, Dog End.
Tomorrow, the 6 Vinsmokes are getting pumped full of lead. The wedding will be dyed red with blood.
This arc was done after the Red Wedding of Game of Thrones, wasn't it? Yeah, it was.
The wedding will be dyed red with blood. Careful when you die, all right? If the wedding cake gets splattered with blood, Mama's going to be so furious she'll destroy the entire building.
And then Pudding takes out a gun. And there's a gunshot. There's a gunshot and it goes through the wall, but opposite wall of where Sanji actually stands.
See this? It's a .36 caliber Walker percussion pistol.
So here's the thing. When it comes to guns in One Piece, this is the only one that we've ever seen that actually has a model name. Because all we know is just pistols and rifles and sniper rifles. That's it. But we never really get models of what guns actually are. Usually they're just called guns. But this is the only time that we actually see an actual gun being modeled.
See this? It's a .36 caliber Walker percussion pistol. It fires what we call candy jackets. They're powerful enough to completely pierce even a shield-bearing soldier in heavy armor. So, I suppose I've proven it works well enough. Against you Vinsmokes and your metal bodies.
And it shows that to test out these candy jackets, she literally shot Reiju in the leg.
Oh, I can't wait for tomorrow. The look on Sanji's face when he goes from absolutely trusting me to having a gun pointed between his eyes.
That'll be great.
Nitro, the jelly. And Rabian, the carpet. And Rabian the carpet is laughing as well. To think the dumb sap actually believes you're in love with him.
It'll be good. I wonder if it'll be good. I wonder if he'll make a face like this. Ah!
Yeah, that's perfect.
And Sanji is listening to all of this outside.
Or maybe like this. Pudding.
And she's literally making all sorts of faces, making fun of Sanji.
What's wrong? Why aren't you looking at me? We're talking about your brother here. Do you want to know how he proposed to me? Oh, it was perfect. Once that facial pack came off, he looked absolutely embarrassing. A few tears and he was like putty in my hands. Men are so stupid. I won't let our marriage be held to you too.
And this is what she said to Sanji back then when he revealed his puffed up face. And mind you, Sanji's still listening to all of this.
Then he pulled me close, and managed to squeak out the words.
And Sanji is, mind you, Sanji walked out there with a whole bouquet of flowers and all the food he intended to feed Pudding. All that's on the ground now, and he just lights up a cigarette.
You're my salvation. Let's get married.
It's a perfect imitation.
Let's get married.
Puffing up her face, making herself look like an injured Sanji and making fun of him. And Reiju isn't saying anything.
Have you ever heard of such a miserable proposal? Oh, it was so funny. Who in their right mind would ever get married to a disgraceful failure like you?
And mind you, Sanji keeps trying to light his cigarette, but it's not working because it's raining outside.
I mean, at least bring me a proper prince.
And Sanji keeps trying to light his cigarette, and then he stops, as he just stands there and cries, trying to light his cigarette in the middle of the rain. Treasure repository.
Why are you still on your feet, Soul King? Are you telling me you're more interested in copying that stone than rescuing Sanji?
And Brook is standing amongst a sea of flames right now.
That's right. The thing about Sanji is, he's very kind-hearted. So I knew that he would not return to us, no matter what trap it is you've set up for him. His kindness knows no bounds. Once he's made up his mind to sacrifice himself for someone, he will not change his ways. And our captain, meanwhile, is a man who always trusts in his own beliefs when he acts. So whatever happens will be decided by them.
Is that so? So you have nothing better to do than copy a stone?
Not quite. I am doing it so that if, in the worst-case scenario, Sanji does not return with us, he will not need to kick himself for bringing us here, because we will have gained something tremendous for our trouble. We will have taken your ruled poneglyph!
That worst-case scenario you envision is rather tame. Sanji not returning? That's the worst thing you can imagine? Nobody dies? Everyone might die!
Young lady, what kind of idiot draws up plans with the expectation of dying?
This by far was the coldest line from Brook. And it would not be the last. It would not be the last one. But this is such a cold line from Brook. Hold on, let me see. Okay, cool. Awesome.
Young lady, what kind of idiot draws up plans with the expectation of dying?
Almost got the page stuck. Mirror World.
Stop! Stop giggling me! I'll tell you! Okay, Carrot, you can stop! Tell us, which mirror goes to the castle? You're gonna get it! Look, I don't remember every single one. Just ask the stupid things yourselves! Huh? Ask? The mirrors all know what they're reflecting! Huh?
And then both Chopper and Carrot look towards all the mirrors. And they speak. Sorry, had to burp.
Mirrors in this hall! Which of you leads past the castle wall?
I do!
Oh, that's me!
Me too!
Here!
I'm the mirror inside of Lady Galette's closet!
I'm a hand mirror in a second-floor guest room.
I'm the fourth-floor women's bathroom mirror.
They actually answered the question! Okay, do any of you currently reflect Nami, Luffy, Nami, Brook, Pedro, or Sanji? We're looking for them!
Who? What do they look like? Oh, I just saw Sanji pass.
I got this, chill bro. I'm great at drawing faces.
And then Carrot prepares to draw some faces. And then we cut back to Sanji, who's still outside of Pudding's room.
So, sister dearest, I've got to be careful that you don't die of blood loss. Plus, I certainly don't want you telling anyone about the secret sordid side of mine you just saw.
And then Pudding puts her hand up to Reiju's head and then sticks her hand directly into her head.
Huh? What's happening?
Hold still. This won't take long.
And then she pulls something out of Reiju's head, and it's like a film reel.
This is the power of the memo fruit. You see, every person contains a film of memories inside their head. Doesn't everyone have frightening experiences? Painful memories? Parts of their past they'd like to forget? I'll just take the memory from a soldier who got hit by a stray bullet and edit. There, all done.
She literally cuts out a piece of Reiju's memory. And then Reiju just falls back after, getting her memories back in the place again.
And now your memories with me have all been cut. Let's have a nice, fun wedding tomorrow. Why don't we? Let's have a nice, fun wedding tomorrow. Why don't we? Call a soldier. Get her to the medical room.
Right away.
And Sanji's gone. Sanji's left. He's left.
Prison library.
Please, Luffy, just stop it! Ew, gross! Look at all that blood! Just stop!
And Luffy has wrapped himself in more of his arms to the point where his arms are now actively bleeding and getting cut. Actively bleeding.
This guy's crazy.
Almost there!
Hey, girl, Mama ordered me to make sure you cough up where Lola's now. Where Lola's at now.
Hold on. Give me a sec. All right. That was family.
Hey, girl, Mama ordered me to make sure you cough up where Lola's at now. So spill the beans.
What? No! I'm not going to sell out my friend!
Okay, then. Plan B. Torture.
Ew, no! Don't make it sound so casual!
Here's the deal. Every 5 seconds, I'll shoot you with a crossbow. If you feel like talking, talk.
And Opera basically loads up a crossbow.
What? What? What do you mean? Don't do that, it'll kill me!
Better get talking then.
Don't even think about it, Wardhead. You'll never get that far. Don't worry, Nami. I'll get these arms ripped off in less than 5 seconds.
What? No! I don't want either thing!
And then both Luffy and Opera say,
Stop being selfish. Hello? Is anyone here?
Huh?
Hey, you're not supposed to be allowed in the castle.
Oh, don't be difficult. There's battles and chaos all over. Sorry to do this, Opera.
Huh?
Gosen Maigara! Seiken!
But more in English, it's
5,000 brick
fist! And it's... Well, you already know what person would say, Go Sin Maigara! And Opera gets hit by this individual. Luffy's shocked. Nami is shocked. It's Jinbei! 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 What are you doing here?
Ah, Luffy, Nami. I heard they had you prisoner. I'm glad you're both all right. We can talk later. But first, wouldn't you rather get out of there?
Yes!
Jinbei is back! And that is the end of chapter 851. We got another SBS. Hey so, Oda-sensei. The minks are animals, and yet in the food they gave Luffy in Volume 82, there was meat. Are they cannibals? I'm so obsessed with this idea, I get 5 hours of sleep a night. Sign, Guru Mayuki. Answer, that's right. In Volume 81, there's a scene where he was chowing down, and the answer was revealed. In Chapter 801, Carrot said the meat was hippo, lizard, alligator, and frog. The minks are essentially people who were born with the characteristics of furred animals, so they don't eat other furred animals, but they do eat the meat of birds, reptiles, and amphibians. Question: I bought this figure of Nami. Where should I put it? Captain Nobuo. Answer: I don't know, man. And it's one of those swimsuit statues of Nami. Odachi. Let's start the SBS. Oh, actually, it started a while ago. Sign, Kakun Shogo. Answer, what the heck, man? Question, Odachi. In chapter 850, Pudding has a third eye on her forehead. Does that mean the three-eyed girl in chapter 651 was Pudding? Clear this up for us. Resident of New Kamaland. Answer, that's right. You can see Nitro there, too. So yeah, back in chapter 851, that was, well, in 651. In chapter 651, that girl sitting there while we saw Big Mom, that was Pudding the whole time. Chapter 852, Germa's Failure. Medical Room, Whole Cake Chateau.
What incredibly resilient regenerative skin. Germa's augmented humans are a true marvel. A simple night of rest should be enough to ensure that you're ready to attend tomorrow's tea party. Report to the Windsmokes that she'll be held here overnight for recovery. No doubt they are worried about her right now. I'll be in the 4th floor medical office then.
Yes, sir! Thank you, sir. Careful not to fall asleep. And the doctor walks as if he's about to fall asleep mid-walk. Then we get someone stepping into frame, and we have Reiju laying in bed, and Sanji's in the room with her, lighting up a smoke, because he's in somewhere dry now.
Sanji!
Hey.
Oh, my leg. I was walking around the castle, then ran across some soldiers shouting about an infiltrator. And then I got attacked, I suppose?
And it shows that the guard that's outside of Reiju's medical room has been tied up and gagged by Sanji. No interruptions.
Doesn't add up, does it? Feels strangely piecemeal? That's because your memories were replaced.
What?
I'll tell you what really happened.
And we cut to the prison library, where everything has suddenly been set on fire. Yeah, everything has suddenly been set on fire. And everything inside of the book is freed.
Luffy, Nami, hurry!
And both Luffy and Nami manage to get out of this burning book, and Jinbei splashes them with water.
Ah! We're saved! Why do I feel like I've been through this before?
Sorry about that. The only way to escape from Monjo's books is to burn them.
Hey, it saved me from ripping my arms off. Thanks, Jinbei.
I suppose our first meeting was in a prison too, wasn't it? Just look at how many other prisoners were kept inside that book. The imagination and span of the world of books is infinite. Big Mom has many powerful followers.
Thank you, Jinbei. But what are you doing here?
I'm here because my sun pirates are affiliated with Big Mom's operation.
What? But then, isn't this...
Rebellion? Precisely. There's no turning back now.
But on Fishman Island, you said that you still had a position to uphold.
Well, you just saw me abandon it.
Reports of screams from the prison library. What's going on?
They run a tight ship here. First, we need to find a way to hide ourselves.
Whoa, all of a sudden, I feel hungry.
And Luffy falls over.
Really? You're hungry at a time like this?
Don't ask. Luffy expends 3 times the energy of a normal person just by being alive and breathing. I'm not complaining. I didn't say I wanted anything to eat.
And then it just cuts back to when Luffy says, I won't eat anyone's food but yours anymore.
Anyways, thanks, Jinbei.
Sanji proposed to me. I'm going to riddle him with bullets.
It's an emergency. We were all fooled. Even Sanji. I gotta tell him. Take care of Nami, Jinbei. And then Luffy takes off, barreling through every single soldier that was about to enter into the library.
Wait, Luffy, the castle is full of powerful enemies.
Luffy, have you forgotten what you already went through this morning?
Medical room. And back to Sanji and Reiju.
So, you believe me?
Of course, I know you wouldn't lie to me. But I never suspected it was this bad. I had been sniffing around after Pudding. She was just too good to be true.
She plans to kill us rather than get married. All this time I assumed that if I accepted the marriage it would save Luffy and the others. And it turns out that was never in the cards to begin with. I thought I could just sacrifice myself and everything would be perfectly fine. What kind of fantasy world was I living in?
Even father was careless and arrogant in this case. But in my opinion, it's timely if anything. I believe that Germa as it exists now ought to be destroyed. I just pretend I have no idea what's going on, and let Big Mom's plan... I'll just pretend I have no idea what's going on, and let Big Mom's plan be carried out.
What are you talking about, Reiju? They'll kill you too.
Really? You're worried about me? This is the problem with lasting impressions. I do one tiny favor for you and you imagine you owe me some great debt over the years. Well, stop that.
Ugh.
Join the Straw Hats and get away from this place, Sanji.
What? But then, what will become of the Baratier?
You can worry about that once you're safely away from here. Stay and all of you will die. There's a memory in my head that I will never forget. A huge fight between father and mother. I only understood what it meant much later.
Huh?
When you 4 boys were going to be born, she was steadfastly against turning you into emotionless machines.
And then we have Sanji's mom going,
Don't do this. They're my children too. If you erase their hearts, they won't be human anymore.
and then Judge going,
No, monsters they should be. All that matters is for us to win in war, and I will bestow upon my own children the greatest power possible.
In the end, they forced the surgery upon her. But Mother took pills in an attempt to halt Father's mad ambitions. Powerful medicine strong enough to affect the manipulated bloodline elements.
Huh? Hey, Sora, what have you done?
as it shows Sora, which is Sanji's mom's name. She's lying on the ground, and apparently she's been bleeding profusely, coughing up blood, as Judge and his soldiers come and find her.
But it wasn't enough. They soon found numerous abnormalities in the boys' bodies that made them far superior to ordinary humans.
Very good.
It's a success, Your Majesty. Have no fear, mere medicine. Have no fear, mere medicine cannot change the blueprint of the human body. But, strange to say, Master Sanji seems to be the only one a bit different. This cannot be. This cannot be. Let's give him more time until he grows and develops. Master Sanji is feeding animals? Those are emotions he should be lacking.
And then back to the present.
Meanwhile, Mother grew weaker and weaker from the after effects of her poison.
Can you believe it, Reiju? Sanji cooked lunch for me.
The fact is, you did grow as a human being.
Then, you mean it was because of me that...
No, don't you dare take it that way. She was truly happy over how you turned out. She had no regrets over her decision.
And then we cut back to Sora speaking to Reiju again.
Can you guess what Sanji told me today?
And Reiju smiling.
He said get better soon. Oh, she's the sweetest boy in the world.
As her attendant and Reiju are just looking at her with sweat drops like, you're kind of overreacting.
But Father could never forgive this. He blamed you for everything that happened, and started to mistreat you accordingly.
Sanji's a worthless failure.
Of course, you're not a failure. Mother gave her life in resistance to protect you and the emotions you were born with. That's what you stand for, Sanji. That's why you were born. Kinder and gentler than anyone.
And Reiju says this with tears in her eyes. And Sanji's speechless. Yes, Sanji is speechless. And then we cut to the outside where it's raining.
Which way did he go? He started in the basement prison library and he passed through the first floor already.
Everyone, head to the second floor!
Tell me, darn it!
And it's Luffy who has one of the bigger dudes, one of the dudes that actually punched him unconscious, that helped punch him unconscious. He has him in a chokehold and he's squeezing tighter and tighter. Mind you, his arms are still visibly injured from him trying to rip them in half. So while he's struggling to hold on to this guy, I won't say he's struggling. He's not struggling to hold on to this guy. It's just that the greater his grip, the more his body is bleeding because of the tear.
Where is Sanji?
Outside the treasure repository door.
What? More problems?
Well, it seems Jinbei is inside the castle.
He's not rebelling, is he?
And this is Smoothie.
Send this message to all troops.
Yes?
Given the way her moods swing, if Mama hears of these failures, it will have an effect on tomorrow's plan.
True.
And that plan is one of her dearest desires.
True.
So what happens if the plan fails?
I don't even want to think about it.
Good. Then shut down the route coming here to the 4th floor, and get everything from the 3rd floor downward under control ASAP.
Yes, ma'am, of course. In that case, killing may be easier than capturing.
That's fine. You have my permission.
Yes, ma'am.
And then back to the medical room with Reiju.
Flee to safety, Sanji. Abandon Germa. It is nothing more than a destructive force clinging to the glories of its past. The world does not need Germa. All Big Mom wants is our scientific power. I doubt she has any interest in the life of your mentor. It's Father and our brothers who are threatening to take that restaurant hostage, and they're the ones who will die tomorrow. It's exactly what we deserve. We're a band of murderers.
Don't get me wrong, I have nothing but hatred for them. But why you? Why do you have to die?
I still have my emotions, but Father had me augmented into an accomplice who cannot disobey his orders. My hands are stained with blood. I deserve death. Oh, and I forgot to mention earlier, those bracelets on you? They're not going to explode. I switched them out for ordinary ones.
If Reiju ain't the GOAT!
They're not going to explode. I switched them out for ordinary ones.
Huh?
So what other reason is keeping you here? Snap out of it, Sanji. Get it together! Look at what really matters to you!
As it cuts to Luffy just beating up everyone.
Call the ministers! Straw Hats on the loose!
You have those wonderful friends, and you're never going to meet people like them again.
Out of the way! And that's Luffy screaming at the end of chapter 852. Onwards to chapter 853, but we have an SBS. Question: why doesn't Sanji get hard eyes with Reiju? Could he maintain his reason even if he saw her? This is such a weird question. Could he maintain his reason even if he saw her naked? Why would you ask this? Signed, Match and Takashi. Answer: isn't that how siblings go? I have an older sister and all we ever did was scream and fight, so maybe my experience has me biased. I know this is Sanji we're talking about, but wouldn't it be creepy if he was perving out about his own sister? Yes, it would. Question: Mr. Oda, here's a question I've been wondering about for ages. If the Straw Hat crew ran a 50-meter dash, who would come in first? Sign, Nagatanigawa. Nagatanigawa, yeah. Answer: ooh, tough question. After all, the weak-willed members are pretty quick to escape, and Frankie's coup de bout doesn't count. So, in order of who would be the fastest in a 50-meter dash, in order, it is Brook, Sanji, Luffy, Chopper, Zoro, Usopp, Nami, Robin, and Frankie. Brook is so light and Chopper can go faster thanks to Walk Point. Zoro has the power burst necessary to speed over short distances, but at 50 meters, I'd be concerned with him straying off the course. Frankie would probably be last because he's so heavy. Question: Big Mom is a woman, but in Japanese, she uses a masculine pronoun. Why is this? Youth, age 12. Answer: even today, there are regions of the country where women still use the pronoun ore when referring to themselves. In the past, it was once used equally by both men and women, so I didn't really think it was that unusual of an idea. But if that's weird to you, I'm surprised that I didn't get more questions about the pronoun that I completely invented for Ivankov. Chapter 853, not here. Treasure Repository.
Mama! What a cute little thing you are. Every square inch of you is bones, and yet you're miraculously alive. You put up quite a good fight, Soul King.
And not only has Brook been beaten, but he's been stripped down to his drawers.
No wonder the chess peacekeepers are so afraid of you. Mama! You're the perfect menace to them, the Soul King.
Then we have Big Mom's hat. Bicorn Napoleon. But you can't defeat
But you can't defeat these ones.
Bicorn hat Napoleon.
They're special.
Stormcloud Zeus and Sun Prometheus.
I gave them my soul, so they might as well be a part of me. Their souls are on a whole other level.
And then some soldiers come in. We've finished our inspection, Mama. Nothing inside of his clothes. Nothing in this tube.
He has nothing. Mama! That's good to hear, Soul King.
Alas, such disgrace. Because Big Mom is just constantly petting him over the head over and over again.
Sorry to have suspected you. We certainly can't have you stealing my tamate box, and no copies of my poneglyph either. I don't want anyone making off with that and getting to Raftel again. That would be stupid, wouldn't it? Ha 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 ha! I'm not going to screw up like I did with Roger. He used that strange ability to hear the voice of all things and read the stone. But I've got a secret weapon of my own who will one day wield that power. The next to reach Raftel will be us!
And then Pudding walks in.
Mama! Oh, speak of the devil, my sweet little Pudding. What brings you here? Has your third eye finally opened in the truest sense? Oh, Mama, that's all you ever talk about. I'm just half-blood, remember? There's no guarantee my power will ever develop. Ha 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 ha! I didn't mean to be impatient, but you do indeed have the rare blood of the three-eyed people.
Pudding has 3 eyes? Oh, wait. It's a secret that we know each other.
So that skeleton man got in here. Well, at least they caught him. Mama? I want to talk to you in your room. I feel a bit shy bringing it up here. But of course, my dear.
Third floor courtyard as Pedro and Tamago continue fighting. Yeah, go get him, Viscount! Viscount Yoko! And Baron Tamago has completely changed his appearance. And in that same go, Pedro slices through his body again. Once again, this yolk-like substance flying out of his body. Viscount Yoko! Because Baron Tamago essentially looks like a chicken, like a full-on chicken now. But he basically, the yolk falls out and we see like this image, this figure inside of the yolk itself. I know I keep tilting my head a whole lot. We see this image coming out of the yolk itself. Oh, did you hear that? He's about to evolve again! He's turning into Count Niwatori!
This is stupid. I'll just finish him off now.
No, don't! Each time he cracks, he's reborn into a stronger form, from Baron Egg to Viscount Chick to Count Chicken. Sorry, he was a chick this whole time. Now he's about to turn into a chicken. It's the egg fruit. Count Niwatori is a true knight. Tremble in fear. Once he's hatched, he will have power that you can only dream of. Stop him now!
I'm not going to wait around and see.
No, don't.
Fine, I'll stop.
No, don't! Because he's still gonna try and stab Baron, Niwatori.
Fine, I'll stop.
And Pedro shows like a whole line of explosives. Ah! Explosives! What are you planning to do?
Got a nice crowd of soldiers around now.
Pull back! Run for it!
The perfect bait.
No! And the whole courtyard just explodes. And everyone gets blown back, including, Count Niwatori. And then the smoke clears, mirrors are broken, everywhere's destroyed. And apparently one of the mirrors was one that Chopper and Carrot were about to look into. Sorry, scratch. Mirror World.
Whoa! That was a close one! Jeez, that was reckless. You really startled me there, Pedro.
Ah, because Pedro was pulled into the Mirror World. Because before everything blew up, Chopper and Carrot pulled him through the mirror.
Pedro, over here!
Ugh.
Not half as startled as I was. Imagine if you were in my position and heard a mirror talking to you.
But you managed to come up with this plan in a snap. That's the kind of quick thinking I knew you could do, Pedro.
So, we're supposed to be inside the mirrors? It's hard to believe.
You can't get into this world without Brûlée. We're safe here. If we get Sanji, we can escape with them. Tell us everything you've learned.
And then time passes as they're being dragged around the entire area. By Diesel.
What? Luffy and Nami got caught?
What? Luffy and Nami got caught?
That's what I heard.
I'm worried about Brook, too. Let's just hope he managed to get that poneglyph tracing.
I'm worried about Brook, too. Let's just hope he managed to get that poneglyph tracing.
Everyone's in danger! Hurry!
And then Carrot has finished her drawing of all of the Straw Hats.
Mirrors on the wall. Tell us where to find them all.
Why are they all so beautiful?
And it shows everyone. Nami, Sanji, Luffy, Brook, and Pedro, but they've all been beautified.
That girl with the long hair just ran past.
Whoa, the mirror talked.
Wait, did Nami escape then? Luffy might be with her.
She was with Joss Bimbe. I was about to say Joss Bimbe. She was with Boss Jinbei.
Jinbei?
Requesting backup from all ministers. Sanji! We cannot stop Straw Hat Luffy! Where are you? Balm Cake, 3rd floor. It's me! Sanji! You gotta hear me out! Listen! And while he's doing that, someone grabs Luffy's arm while he's running past, and mind you, his arm is still torn. and yanks him into the room. Whoa! Ah! And it was Reiju.
The slippery vermin! Where has he gotten off to? Don't let him get away!
It's you, Sanji's sister.
That's right.
What's the big idea? I'm in a rush.
You're looking for Sanji, aren't you? He was just here moments ago.
Really? What? Really? Where'd he go? We've been tricked. Pudding lied to us. The very girl Sanji's getting married to, she said she's gonna kill him.
Oh. Are you all right? You got hurt.
Oh, are you all right? You got hurt?
Thanks, I'm fine. Don't worry, my brother knows about Pudding.
What? He knew?
Only very recently. I tried to convince him to get away from this island at once, but Sanji was worried about disaster befalling the hostages in the East Blue, and your crew as well.
Hostages? You mean Baratier? I know them! If they're really in danger, I'll go back to the East Blue to fight if I have to. And Luffy's stomach starts growling.
Do you need something to eat?
No, I'm fine. I won't eat anyone's food but yours anymore. And Luffy's just sitting there, stomach growling. But at least now I know Sanji's aware of what Pudding's up to. As long as he's not being tricked, I've done everything else I can. And then Luffy just starts smiling. Thanks, Sanji's sister. Huh? Where are you going? That's not... I made him a promise, but it's not here. And Luffy just jumps out a window, much to Reiju's shock. And then we cut back to the outside. And Sanji's thinking, well, we're outside and we see it raining outside. We see it raining outside, and Sanji's inside thinking,
do you want his head to fly from his shoulders?
And this is Judge, threatening Zeph's life.
You are my sacrifice, Sanji.
As long as you don't try to run off, everything wraps up nice and tidy, Sanji.
And then Pudding.
At tomorrow's wedding, the entire Vinsmoke family will be put to death.
And then Sanji thinking about what he said to Luffy and Nami. Get lost, you miserable inferior pirates!
There's no turning back now, Luffy.
And then there's a crash as something falls onto the roof down into the city below. Something fell from above! Hey, my house! And it shows someone walking through the streets. A person? And it's Luffy. Gotta go wait at that spot. And that's the end of chapter 853. Onwards to chapter 854. But we got an SBS. Question. I have a question. How does someone get to be an editor at Shonen Jump? Do the editors all graduate from elite colleges? Sign, Koichiro. Answer. I can feel your sincerity about this, Koichiro. You really want to be an editor, don't you? As a matter of fact, many editors do have higher education degrees, but they're all freaks and weirdos. The only requirement for hiring at Shueisha, the publisher of Jump, is a degree from a 4-year college. You don't need to have graduated from a very famous university to take the company test, and everyone turns into a weirdo as a result of all the studying. Keep your head straight, work hard, and you can be my editor someday, Koichiro. Question. Can I lick the syrup off of Nami's body? Sign, Chamaro Shimizu. Answer. It's you again, you pervert! You keep ruining the morals of this manga. But hang on, I feel like the handwriting on this postcard is different. Did you always have such nice handwriting? You better not be an imposter. If this isn't the real Chamorro, you can go. No, you can't! Don't send me these postcards, whoever you are! Question. I was the leader of the Whitebeard's Pirates 2nd Division before Ace was. Sign, Captain Nobuo. Answer. Liar! Chapter 854, what are you doing? Block off the exits! Surround them! Don't let them get outside! And it shows Jinbei with Nami as they're running.
Well, this isn't shaping up well. We're about to be surrounded.
Boss, Jinbei is,
What? There's no escape?
Jinbei is staging a mutiny! Mutiny!
and they start shooting at Jinbei.
Can you handle the rear, Nami?
Aha!
Aha! Found them! Over here! Hey, over here!
All right, this is getting old very fast. Just leave us alone!
And here are more foes up ahead.
Lightning cloud! Lightning cloud rod!
And Nami swings her climb attack, and it has this extended chain of clouds that's attached to it, and it shocks everyone it touches. And the people that she winds up shocking, it was actually Chopper.
What? Chopper? Chopper? We came here to rescue you, Nami? Carrot? You did? I'm so sorry!
And Chopper is fried. Mirror World. And everyone's in there now.
I can't believe it. We're inside the mirror?
Are you okay, Chopper? Darn you, Jinbei! What are you doing with them? This is an obvious betrayal!
Oh, Brule.
I've heard you requested to leave our operation, but cowered in the face of the roulette wheel.
Mama gave Fishman Island her protection. I wanted to repay her with honor, but I sensed only death and malice from that wheel.
Roulette wheel? You made the...
Oh wait, who's speaking?
Roulette wheel. You made the correct choice not to spin it, Jinbei, first son of the sea.
Ah, and Pedro speaking to Jinbei.
5 years ago, my partner spun that wheel. He sought salvation and lost his life instead. It is constructed such that whoever spins it is guaranteed to die.
Of course it is, you fools! Mama will not suffer anyone to leave her realm alive. Whether they are mere trespassers or faithful pirates employed in her service. And she welcomes all comers and kills all leavers. That is Mama's... Ah!
And Brule gets ripped away as they speed off with Diesel.
Let's keep moving!
All that's left
is Brook, Luffy, and Sanji.
Oh, come on, this is way too heavy!
Queen's Chamber, Whole Cake Chateau. And Prometheus is putting a Band-Aid on his face. Remember, Prometheus is a sun, and a Band-Aid works.
Ow! What's the matter, Prometheus?
The wound I got from the Soul King is deeper than I thought. It just started hurting again.
Ma! I'll choose to compliment him rather than scold you for weakness. It's the first time any of you have been hurt.
Mama, are you going to keep Boney here?
Boney? That's rather rude of Pudding.
Oh, Mama, are you going to keep Boney here?
Boney? That's rather rude of Pudding.
You'll never find a rarer creature. It's a work of soul art. I'd rather carry him around with me for a while than put him in the book.
Nice job working over those straw hats. I didn't think they'd actually get...
Nice job working over those straw hats. I didn't think they'd actually get through the seducing woods. But they're safe and sound in the prison library now.
Yes, I just saw them, the poor suckers.
And mind you, Brooke is listening to all of this.
Are you going to just kill them in there?
Yes, after the ceremony.
What?
Germa will be drinking themselves into a stupor right about now. I've got the barmaids attending to them. Good, but Reiju was sniffing around me. She's very sharp. Good thing I took care of it. Huh? What's that? You didn't kill her, I trust.
And mind you, Brooke is just taking all of this in. Once we get to the end of this chapter, I gotta take the boys outside, so I hope you guys understand. Who are you two talking about, Pudding? What happened to that sweet, wonderful girl we met?
Oh, Mama, come on, Mama. Don't you trust me? It was only the leg. I shot her once, then erased her memories. Just be careful. You're my precious little bride. I don't want them to come back at you and cause a disaster.
Thanks for your concern, Mama. But look on the bright side. I got to test the gun's power. Even Germa's augmented humans don't stand a chance.
That's my girl, always thinking ahead. When you open fire tomorrow, that's the signal for everything to begin.
Everyone will have their eyes on the wedding kiss.
That slack-jawed dope Sanji will lift your veil and lean in for the kiss. And for the first time, he'll see your third eye. He'll falter for a moment. That's your cue. You'll get one shot. Finish him off with it. Aim right between his eyes. His brains will fly. The entire audience will freeze with shock. Once they sense danger, it'll already be too late. The unarmed Vinsmokes will turn around and see a wall of gun barrels. Germa's blood will spill before they can so much as tremble in fear. Gunshots going off like fireworks. A rain of bullets that continues to riddle their dead bodies. A giant pond of blood spreading across the ground. The 6 mutilated Vinsmoke corpses. And then the sounds will turn into a gun salute. That's when the real party begins. We'll celebrate with cake. We'll toast with tea. Once their annoying leadership is gone, all the rest of Germa will belong to me!
Sanji's room, 6th floor. And a soldier opens up a door and peeks inside to check in on Sanji. And then walks out. That's right, Sanji the groom is in his chamber, fast asleep.
Don't let him out of the room until morning. And keep a close eye on the door so nobody gets in.
Of course. And the person who was sleeping in Sanji's bed was actually the guard that Sanji left earlier that day.
Oh no, I fell asleep in Master Sanji's bed. I guess he's not back yet. In that case, I might as well catch some more winks.
Meeting room, 2nd floor.
In other words, Peckham's was with them until they enter our territory. They're trying to get Sanji back. It was 6 of them that Pudding guided into the main island. Soul King is currently in Mama's possession, and Pedro was in the 3rd floor courtyard when he blew himself up? Is this correct, Count?
Indubitably.
So, that's 2 gone.
And this is Mon Dieu. We have Mon Dieu, Galette, along with Opera, Amande, and Count Niwatori.
And of the 4 in the seducing woods, there was the rabbit and raccoon dog. We had a report from Sister Brûlée that she caught them earlier today.
That eliminates 4 of the 6, and so they X out both Carrot and Chopper.
The problems are these 2 who beat Brother Cracker and escaped the seducing woods, and we locked them up safe and sound in the underground prison library. So why are there rumors that they escaped? What's this about Jinbei showing up, Brother Opera?
Absolutely groundless. It all made me repeat myself. Where is he now? There's no report at all. There's nobody down in the basement. I was working hard to torture them and get Logla's location out of them, like Mama told me. They didn't know nothing, so I had them burned to death. Was it a little overboard? Yeah, maybe. But you don't doubt your older brother's word, do you, Monsieur? No way I can admit that I screwed up my watch. Mama will pour all the rest on my lifespan.
And then Mon Dieu is just looking at him.
All right, we'll cross them off too. What about Sanji and the Vinsmokes? They're all confirmed to be in their rooms. Perfect! What about Sanji and the Vinsmokes? They're all confirmed to be in their rooms. Perfect! Then we've eliminated all the intrusions. The preparations are underway for tomorrow's feast in the Great Kitchen. So let's put on the greatest wedding ever for our sweet little sister Pudding.
Then we cut back outside to Mon Dieu. And he's speaking to some of these soldiers.
Continue patrols through the night. I can't trust Opera on this one.
Yes, sir. Medical room, 3rd floor. And we have Reiju looking outside. And then we cut back to Sweet City as Luffy is making his way through the city. Inside the chateau. And Sanji's looking at the bag, the basket, the picnic basket of food that he was going to bring to Pudding.
Bring this to Pudding? Oh shoot, I got in the groove and cooked the usual stuff.
That was a memory.
What are you doing, Sanji? I made all of their favorites. Forget it. Just forget it.
And someone walks into the hallway, and it's Bobbin!
Huh?
I've had a short but rich life. Luffy and the gang can escape on their own.
And something gets closer to him.
The evil army of Vinsmokes will die, me included, all according to Big Mom's plan. This is the best way to avoid a wrath.
Oh, food.
And Bobbin basically just opens up the picnic basket. First of all, you ask if you could have some food first. And he takes out a whole drumstick.
Huh? Vinsmoke Sanji? I thought you were supposed to be sleeping in your...
And if you don't come back, I'll just sit here and starve!
Let go of that!
Huh?
That meat there doesn't belong to you!
And Sanji kicks Bobbin directly in the face and kicks him hard enough to basically kind of crater him into the wall. And the wall falls apart. What was that noise? And Sanji catches the meat and puts it in the picnic basket. It came from over there. Sounds like the wall came down.
What are you doing here?
Yeah, what am I doing here?
And then Sanji takes the basket and takes off.
Hey, get back here, you!
And that's the end of chapter 854, onwards to chapter 855. But we got an SBS, and then I'm going to take the boys outside. Question! In the Sun's Cup scene in chapter 800, volume 80, there's a panel where everyone holds out their cups. On the sound effect bubble, there are 8 marks, but there are 7 of them. So who was the last one? Tell us! Mutsu, signed Mutsu 2. Answer: whoa, you noticed that? Who does that? It does seem weird that there are 7 cups and yet the sound effect is coming from 8 directions. This is kind of like a live TV incident. As a matter of fact, the last one belongs to some old lady who just wandered by. I'm very sorry. She's very sorry too, so I hope you can let this one slide. Question: what is a heart full of belief? Rukia, age 12. Answer: it could be, for example, the strength of mind not to be led astray by the deceptive lies of adults who cannot admit their own mistakes. You have to be strong. You have to be strong enough to say, no, old lady's gonna be passing by on a boat. That makes no sense. Question: what does Doflamingo look like when he takes off his sunglasses? Answer: signed Saki and Shun. Answer: oh, good timing. Look, Doflamingo's about to remove his glasses right now. And it shows a picture of Doflamingo preparing to take his sunglasses off. But here is where I'm going to take a short break to take the boys outside before we start the final 3 chapters of this volume. We're making very good time, everybody. Hold tight. Let me take Denim and Kenzo outside, and then we will continue. All right, I'm back. Boys have been taken care of, and I took care of some extra things around the house that needed to be done as well. Back to it. CDs, it's good to see you. We have 3 more chapters. Sorry if I'm huffing just a little bit. If I'm huffing just a little bit, I was just doing some extra housework, getting it knocked out. But we're good now. CDs, it's good to see you. 3 more chapters for this volume. Chapter 855, Glorgle. Master Bobbin!
What was that?
We heard an incredible noise!
What made this hole in the wall?
Big Mom Pirates Fighter Bishop Bobbin the Disposer. Bounty of Big Mom Pirates Fighter Bishop Bobbin the Disposer with a bounty of 105.5 million berries. And Bobbin is just waving back and forth. Ba-ya-ya-ya, 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 ba-ya-ya-ya. And the way he's waving, he's Master Bob. He basically effectively hypnotized a person who's asking him a question, and everyone around him just falls unconscious. They literally fell for some swing hypnosis, and he goes,
It's nothing. Stay back, boys. Don't worry about this. I'll dispose of the problem.
Now, mind you, when I read through this originally, I was reading from fan sites. Easily, I was reading from fan sites, and so the translation that I read from, if I'm remembering correctly, that scan translation called Bobbin the Fixer, not Bobbin the Disposer, as it said here in the official manga. So, remembering what I said from like over, I want to say it's been over 10 years. Yeah, I want to say over 10 years. Over 10 years ago. No. No, 10 years ago is when I started. So pretty much almost 10 years ago, I still remember the lines that I said when I was reading through this chapter initially for the first time. But he goes,
Don't worry about this. I'll dispose of the problem.
And Sanji's running.
At Mama's tea party, even the demons of hell make an appearance.
And he chases after Sanji. Mirror World. And it cuts to Pedro, Nami, Carrot, Jinbei, all standing in front of one big massive mirror, and they're speechless.
What do we do?
Well, at least he's alive.
She's huge. So that's the Emperor of the Sea. Big Mom!
And the mirror they're in front of is Big Mom's personal bedroom mirror. And she's asleep with Napoleon, Zeus, and Prometheus all around her, and she has Brooke directly in her clutches.
But why is she sleeping with Brooke cradled in her arms?
And look, he's passed out, the lazy.
And
But why?
It's Big Mom!
but why is she sleeping with Brooke cradled in her arms? And look, he's passed out too, the lazy bum. Wake up, Brooke!
Mama would never willingly let go of such a strange bone creature. But don't worry. I can make it so she loosens her grip. Huh? Mama! It's me! Brule! Help!
And then they immediately just knock dust into Brule.
You stupid jerk! Cover her big mouth!
And Brule is bound up even further, along with Diesel, thinking,
Darn it all! I hope Big Mom didn't wake up from that.
and they all peer. They all peer around the corner of the mirror just to look, and they see Big Mom's eyes just wide open.
She spotted us!
But there's a fly buzzing right next to Big Mom's face.
Oh, it's just the fly.
And in her sleep, she just brings her hand down and breaks the ground itself, trying to kill this fly. What? What? What was that? Oh, just a fly.
What? Mama, are we under attack?
At bedtime, no less. All three of Prometheus, Zeus, and Napoleon. Napoleon causing a sword to come out of the top of the hat. They all attacked that one spot. With lightning, a giant sword strike, and Prometheus breathing fire. It's just utter destruction in that one place. And then it's quiet. But the area where there was an attack is just a smoldering ruin.
How are we supposed to save him now?
Also, CDs, you say you're home and tired. I really hope you had a good day. I had a very, very, very good one. I got a surprise for you guys for Monday, and you have absolutely no idea what it is. But we're back in the city as Sanji's making his way through, and a dog attacks Sanji trying to take the food. No, stop, that's not your food. Then back in the mirror world.
There. How is that? Wow, it's perfect!
I found it at the castle's execution.
Oh, wait.
There, how's that?
Or is that Jinbei?
There, how's that?
Wow, it's perfect!
You say, uh-oh. Oh, no, it's a good surprise. It's a very good surprise. It's a very good surprise. It's something related to my birthday, because my birthday is on Monday, so I'll have it ready for you guys Monday morning for you guys to enjoy. Man, I can't believe I'm turning 34 on Monday. Lord will, nothing happen. I'll be seeing my 34th year. 34. Whew.
There, how's that?
Wow, it's perfect!
I found it at the castle's execution grounds, and some seaweed from the kitchen makes the afro.
It looks exactly like Brooke!
Because they made a fake Brooke dummy. Be right back. Gotta step away. I'll be right back. back to it. This is back when Sanji gets Sanji gets attacked by. Oh no, it's we got a skeleton. They made a dummy of a skeleton. They got a dummy of a skeleton to hopefully, let's see.
It looks exactly like Brooke. If we can just switch him out properly, she won't even realize that we've taken Brooke away. I think.
Attempt number 1, and it's Chopper who goes in while making Brûlée go halfway through the mirror so that they can come and go as they please.
If we place Brûlée on this mirror as a conduit, then we can come and go through it freely.
Oh, I get you. Okay, here goes. Be careful, Chopper. Be careful, Chopper.
And then Chopper sneaks in. Chopper sneaks in with the fake Brooke dummy, and then he sneezes. And then he jumps away, narrowly avoiding Big Mom slamming her hand right next to Chopper.
You idiot!
Mind you, Jinbei is the only person who doesn't say anything. Attempt number 2, and it's Carrot this time.
I got this.
And she's jumping right above Big Mom and lands right next to Brooke.
Brooke, wake.
And then a big old snot bubble comes out of Big Mom's nose, and when that happens, Zeus moderately wakes up and thinks that Carrot is a fly and goes, "Take that, fly!" and zaps the whole area next to Carrot. And she fails. Attempt number 3, and it's Pedro this time.
Wedding cake.
She just rolled over this time? That did it. Brooke's loose from Big Mom's hand now.
All right, I'll go.
And it's Nami's turn.
Brooke, wake up. We're here to save you. Brooke, it's me.
Huh? And Brooke is scared of the skeleton dummy on Nami's back and screams, "Oh! Ghost!"
What? Are you still there, you obnoxious little fly?
Oh no!
And Jinbei goes and grabs both Brooke and Nami.
Heavenly fire!
And then just, hold on, let me make sure I'm seeing this right. She grabs onto Prometheus and slams him down onto the ground with
Heavenly fire!
And the whole area erupts in fire, but Jinbei manages to get back into the mirror world with both Brooke and Nami, leaving the dummy behind. Then, outside Sweet City, and it's Sanji who's looking at the aftermath of all the soldiers that came to try and fight Luffy before they got imprisoned.
It looks like they're heading out to find and vanquish Straw Hat.
It looks like they're heading out to find and vanquish Straw Hat. And these are the memories that Sanji remembers.
Seems like it was a heck of a battle.
It says here that they've apprehended both Straw Hat Luffy and the Gut Burglar.
But you said you'd be waiting for me right here.
And Sanji is looking for Luffy.
Where are you?
Just picking up body after unconscious body. And he looks, and then we're back in the mirror world. You! You startled me. I was so terribly startled.
Not half as startled as me. Why did you scream like that? I could have died.
In any case, you're alive, which is all that matters.
I thought I was about to die. Actually, I am dead. Yo! Oh, okay. I got it. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so where I left off. Sorry. Thank you, CDs, for letting me know. Whew, that mute be getting me sometimes.
In any case, you're alive, which is all that matters.
Thankfully, I didn't read too far. Last you left off when you said Brooke was about to die. I thought I was about to die, actually. I thought I was about to die. Actually, I am dead. Yo!
I should have realized when I saw the heavy security that it would be impossible to make a copy of the road poneglyph. Forgive me for putting your god of life in danger.
Whatever do you mean? It was because of your idea to infiltrate as a two-man team for the very sake of our crew that we had this golden opportunity in the first place. If we had attempted to steal Big Mom's poneglyph on any other occasion, there would have been no way to avoid an all-out fire at battle. And then Brooke just casually opens up the top of his skull along the scar, along the skull scarring he has. He just casually opens up his skull, much to the shock of, Carrot and Jinbei. Here's your copy. So, anyways. And then Nami's looking at it with bugged out eyes.
Huh?
I'm so glad you're alive too, Pedro.
What? What?
I was so desperate for ideas that I couldn't come up with anything but that decoy plan.
Wait, Brooke, what is this? You don't mean...
Why, those are the poneglyph cloppies, of course. Just in the nick of time, right when I finished with the third sheet, Big Mom herself appeared. You got it after all? Against all those guards, including one of the sweet generals? And you came out of it with Big Mom's poneglyph? Something that any of the other emperors would kill to have? Can it be true? Brooke was the GOAT in this entire arc. He got all of the robe poneglyph scrying, all the shavings, like the shadings. All of it. And he put it in his head. Oh, yes. And then Brule and Diesel are both awestruck and terrified that Brooke managed to do that so easily.
What? He stole our poneglyph! Brooke, this is amazing!
Yo-ho!
Even her family members are not often allowed to set foot inside that treasure repository. Well done indeed.
Yo! Well, in that case, I might have earned a little glimpse at those pet... And before he even finishes that sentence, Nami just kicks him in the face. Then Chopper...
Well, that achieves one of our main goals. Now all we have to do is get Sanji and Scram.
And then we cut to a different location. We cut back to the open field with Sanji, and he hears this loud gurgle coming from the sliced up body of King Baum. And Sanji looks over and he sees someone laying at the stump of him. And he starts crying because he sees Luffy sitting there, holding his stomach, gurgling, as the title of this chapter would say. And that's the end of chapter 855. Onwards to 856 after this SBS. Answer from the question of the last SBS, which was, what does Doflamingo look like under his shades? And it continues with an image of Doflamingo pulling off his shades and having another pair of shades underneath. Answer. Underneath his sunglasses was another pair of sunglasses. So what's under that pair then? Return to 1 on page 114. Question. Hello, Oda-sensei. My birthday is October 11th. There were no characters on my birthday so far, so I came up with an idea. 1011 could be Ichiban-u. Ichiban-u Kiwanwan, meaning the biggest doggy. That could be the birthday for Duke Dogstorm, king of the day as the Mokomoduktum. Sign Masaju. Answer. What? You want to decide it just like that? Okay. Question. My birthday is July 9th, but there aren't any characters that share it, so how about if Sanji's mother, Vinsmoke Sora, was born on July 9th? July for its beautiful clear sky, Sora, and 9th for the Ku sound in Vinsmoke. Signed, Space Planet Peace. Isn't October 11th Naruto's birthday? I think I forget. Space Planet Peace. Answer. Oof, what a stretch. You know what? I'm not going to turn that down. Question. Oda Sensei, I thought of a birthday. The most famous of all the hidden characters of One Piece, Panda Man, is born on February 29th because it's a special day that's usually hiding. Sign, Kajusa. Answer. Oh man, that's perfect. But I can't just rubber stamp that unless I do. Do you share a birthday with any characters? You can check the birthday calendar on the OnePiece.com website. I need to recheck and see which character was born on the 23rd of March. Chapter 856, Liar. The Mirror World.
What? You have no information for us? About Luffy or Sanji?
No, they're not here.
It's been a while since they passed.
Not even in Sanji's room?
No, there's some weirdo sleeping in there.
If they're not in the castle, then I might have an idea. It's outside, so there aren't any mirrors. They might be at the place where Luffy and Sanji fought this morning.
What? Luffy and Sanji had a fight?
And Chopper's just crying.
Given his place in the Vinsmoke family, Sanji must have had a very good reason to come here. He will not be easy to bring back, I suspect. But if we are to retrieve him, it should be soon. I was going to tell you once the whole group was together, but I might as well now. As a matter of fact, when the ceremony gets going tomorrow, it will be anything but ordinary.
Huh?
You came here with Peckham's, didn't you?
Oh, Peckham's. Is he all right? We got separated from him.
Oh, Peckham's. Is he all right? We got separated from him. Sorry, this is Pedro. I'm just making out the sword shape on the shadows at the bottom of this page.
I can tell you now that he's fine, but there was a conspiratorial plot that nearly succeeded in having him fed to the sharks. If we hadn't been aware of it, he would be dead now.
Sweet City. Gunshots?
Don't know. It's hard to hear through the rain.
I do hear a dog barking, though.
And then we get back to Bobbin. We get back to Bobbin, and apparently Bobbin's been shot by someone.
Ugh, darn it. Curse them.
And then just falls to the ground, dropping his sword and slowly bleeding out. Guest room, 6th floor, Baum. 6th floor, Baum.
Are you people monsters?
And it just cuts to a woman fainting in the room with all of the Vinsmoke men, and they're just constantly drinking.
Pathetic. How does a barmaid lose it? Pathetic. How does a barmaid lose in a drinking contest? If they were going to send us women, I wish they had sent that one on Sanji's crew.
Oh yeah, the one named Nami. I like a nice headstrong girl.
I hear they got her prisoner. Maybe we can negotiate a trade tomorrow. And then Judge is just constantly drinking as well.
Now, let's not go overboard with the drinks. The real party will be tomorrow night. With the backing of the fearsome Big Mom, Germa will once again rule the North Blue. And tomorrow is our first celebration of that fact. I suppose that failure did turn out to have his uses after all.
Yonji. That's true. Sanji was our bait and we caught a real whopper with him. Niji. When our foes see Big Mom's flag on the Germa fleet, they'll lose all desire to fight. And Ichiji.
We can conquer the seas with greater power than ever before. We ought to thank Sanji.
To our failure.
To our usefully useless brother.
Cheers! And all of them cheer, saying all this about Sanji. Outside Vinsmoke guest room.
Don't let anyone come in contact with the Vinsmokes until tomorrow's tea party.
Understood. And we already have guards on the third floor medical room where Lady Reiju is located. All that's left until the Vinsmokes meet their fate is to count down the minutes.
Don't say it out loud, you clown!
And this is Monsieur just communicating to his soldiers, and it cuts to everyone sleeping. Big Mom sleeping with Dummy Brooke, Judge sleeping, and his eyes are shadowed over so we don't see the top half of his head, and Reiju just chilling on her own. Outside of town, we have Sanji walking towards Luffy, and Luffy's just sitting there, and it shows Sanji holding the basket of food, and then Luffy wakes up smelling the food, looking incredibly emancipated, like he's literally starved. Even though it's been a day, his body looks as if he hadn't eaten in months.
Sanji.
I didn't tell you to wait. Get lost already! Be gone from my sight!
No. If you can eat this, eat.
Oh, food.
And Luffy's looking at the food, and mind you, the food has been heavily damaged.
I dropped it along the way, so it's all crushed. And it got rained on, so I'm sure it's terrible.
So all the food is just smashed and mushed together from all that running he was doing. And Luffy looks at it, and then just starts eating it. He just starts eating his food.
That's good! This food's the best! It's so good! This thing's got all of our favorites in one box! Man, it's tasty!
And then Sanji just sits down and holds his head in his hands.
Liar.
And then Luffy just eats the entire thing.
Oh, that was good! I nearly shriveled up there!
Are you done? Then leave.
What do you mean? Come with me!
And then Sanji holds up his finger.
First of all, the captain of my own ship came all this way to track me down. Only for me to insult and hurt him to the best of my ability, despite no resistance from him whatsoever. That means I cannot go back to your ship now. Second of all, the old fart who saved my life in the home where I was raised, the seafaring restaurant Baratier, is being held hostage in case I don't play along. That means I can't escape from this wedding. Third of all, the evil family to which I'm related is walking into Big Mom's trap. They'll all be slaughtered in a matter of hours. They're scum of the earth to whom I owe nothing but my hatred. But I cannot bring myself to abandon them to their fate and run away.
And Sanji stands up.
For these 3 reasons, I cannot return with the rest of you. Now that you see my side, just get out of here.
Then Luffy steps towards Sanji, and before Sanji can react, Luffy punches him in the face and sends him flying. And then Luffy's standing there staring at him. And then, with just one big loud outburst, he goes, "Tell me how you really feel!" And while they're staring each other down, memories of them interacting with each other pop up.
Sanji, let's eat! Get cooking already!
And tears start to swell up in his eyes.
All right, who made off with the food?
And then Frankie's laughing in the background as it shows Chopper, Luffy, and Usopp having stolen food from Sanji. Then it shows Judge and Big Mom.
Luffy, I want to go back to the Sunny. But I just don't have the guts to run away. Once the ceremony starts, I can't stop any of it on my own. And yet, I still want to save those scumbags, whom I don't even think of as family.
Right. Of course, because that's who you are. Because you've got us. Let's crash this wedding
And Luffy just casually smiles and like, let's crash the wedding of a Yonko. That's who you are, Sanji. Let's go crash the wedding. Without a single moment's hesitation. I've said this before. There's a reason why Luffy never has an inner monologue, and we never see it. Because Luffy doesn't really think things too many things through. He just goes off of instinct. That's it. He's all like, oh, he wants to save his family. Okay, let's break this wedding up. Without even pondering the ramifications, all like, let's just do this. That's the end of chapter 856. 2 more chapters. But we got an SBS corner. Orachi! In the SBS of volume 84, you wrote that Zoro is one of the Straw Hats who doesn't chew his rice. But in chapter 701, volume 71, isn't he chewing his ice there? Signed, Dobin. Answer. Right. Yeah, it looks that way, right? Yeah, well, it only looks like he's eating his ice. Just an impression. But the thing is, Zoro doesn't have a mustache, so I don't know, that might not be Zoro, you know? So that's probably not him. I mean, is that Zoro? I'm not sure. Question. In chapter 845, volume 83, I spotted 3 other characters who look just like Opera. Are they identical quadruplets, just like Sanji and his brothers? Signed, unknown. It just has a question mark. Answer. Technically, they're quintuplets, but you don't see the last one. There's Opera, 5th son of Charlotte. Counter, the 6th son. Cadenza, the 7th son. Cabaletta, the 8th son. And Gala, the 9th son. Big Mom is currently 68 years old, and for about 42 years, she had children annually. Yet she has 85 children, so there are tons of twins and triplets. The biggest batch is a decuplet bunch who are all 18 years old now. 5 boys and 5 girls. Big Mom indeed. Question. In the corner of page 58 of volume 83, is Nami wearing armor? Is that just a sign of how much she fears an Emperor of the Sea? And the way she takes it off in an instant is super impressive. Sign, Kawamacho. Answer. That was her gear from fighting the sea ants the night before. She changed because they reached the island. And now we're out of time. See you in the SBS next volume. Chapter 857, Rook. And I believe this is the chapter that got the attention of a commercial group that put me in an eBay commercial all those years ago. This is the chapter that gave me that, what? Bruh! That's from all that time. I still can't believe that actually happened to me. Outskirts of Sweet City. Jinbei did what? Yeah, it surprised me too. That's a relief. So Nami's fine. The question is how to meet up with them again. They'll all be so happy when they hear you're coming back. I don't know. I'm afraid I can't possibly face Nami after this. Well, Nami and the others were so worried about you. And yet I forced them through this terrible ordeal. Oh, the rain's letting up. And the rain lights up. And Sanji's just looking and feeling it for himself. The Mirror World.
Found it! I hope they can hear us through this little shard.
The last mirror I used to talk to you broke atop the head of that King Baum monster tree, so... Hello, Chopper? I'm guessing the pieces must still be around there.
Hey! Luffy!
Outskirts of Sweet City.
Hey!
Huh?
Luffy! Are you there?
That's Chopper's voice.
Hello?
Aha! Here it is. It's a piece of a mirror.
Luffy, can you hear me?
Why is his voice coming from there?
Well, long story short, they're all inside the mirror. You okay, Chopper?
Oh, Luffy, you're really there. Luffy, are you with Sanji?
Yeah, he's here. How about you?
We've rescued everyone. We're all in the mirror, Luffy.
And that's Karen.
And Brooke even managed to get the poneglyph tracings.
Tracings, not drawings, not scryings, tracings. I couldn't even imagine the word back then, sorry.
Really? I knew you guys could do it.
No, you should know. You can't butter me up like that, you jerk. You jerk.
You silly Billy.
Luffy, it's good that you found Sanji, but have you settled things?
Sanji's not coming back yet.
What?
We're gonna go smash up Big Mom's tea party and the wedding, and we'll save Sanji's family, and after that, Sanji's coming back.
Big Moms.
And then it's just nothing but silence.
Luffy, she's an emperor of the sea. I don't want my selfishness to expose Nami to danger. So,
And then everyone's quiet. And then we just get everyone screaming,
Yippee!
knocking both Sanji and Luffy back. Whoa!
Jeez, man! I heard you had a huge fight with Luffy! I was so worried, dummy! I'm so glad, dummy!
Dum-dum!
So once that's done, you can come back.
Is that you, Nami?
Oh, and Sanji, after the way you cast me into the depths of terror, I will never forgive you.
Yo, hi, Dragon! We are on chapter 857. But Nami's words,
I will never forgive you.
stab Sanji straight through the heart.
But I can forget that for a moment. The point is, there's not much time until the tea party. And we are not leaving without you on board, Sanji. Got that?
What? Is that a marriage proposal, Nami?
All right, I'm convinced you're okay. All right, I'm convinced you're okay now.
The voice acting is frightening. Oh, thank you. I hope good frightening.
All right, I'm convinced you're okay now.
Well, that clears up what we need to do, Luffy.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Sanji's sister saved my life.
Yes, we'll see that she's rescued. But it will not be easy. Even if we are not attempting to defeat Big Mom herself, she looks forward to her tea parties like little else in the world. If we prevent that from happening, we will be igniting the wrath of one of the 4 emperors. On top of that, while I'm sure you've seen a number of Big Mom's ministers, they are merely the tip of the iceberg of her forces. There will be figures attending her tea party who are even more fearsome. Not to mention her invited guests, the tyrants of the underworld. We, on the other hand, have only 10 in total.
Hey! Don't count us in that!
No
rounding up! It's only 8! Oh, I hope they slaughter you!
Because Jinbei's including both Brule and Diesel.
There's something else we need to discuss, Luffy. I'm told the group here. I've told the group here, but you need to hear it as well. Are you familiar with Kabone Kane Beji?
Yeah, he's the guy who took Sanji away.
Indeed. He's considered one of the worst generation alongside you. He hails from the West Blue, where 5 powerful mafiosi have a stranglehold on the criminal market. They are known as the 5 families of the West, and one of those 5 bosses is Beji. He received the gang epithet when he was young and earned a reputation as a savage and brutal muscle man. I've heard he cut the heads off animals and enjoys watching them writhe in the throes of death.
And this scares Chopper.
What kind of awful person would?
Now imagine that happening to an organization. The end result is the same. In his days as a young gangster, he sought out the leaders of criminal organizations and took them on alone. Even as the leader of a mob family, he only ever took down his rival leaders, except that he never showed interest in their position or territory. He merely took their valuables and left. Once the head was cut off, the remnants of the groups would descend into bloody squabbling. He loved to sit back and watch it all unfold, including the confusion and consternation of their allied syndicates.
Consternation is not a word that I'm familiar with. Please forgive me if I fumble it.
A truly tasteless man. But everything that goes around comes around. He is the constant target of those hungry for vengeance.
Eyelash in the eye, distracting me. Nuisance gone. Nope, it's still there. Come out of that eye. There we go.
But even that is a game to Beji. He sets up behind his iron fortress, fights them off, and mocks his enemy's futility. Once he was tired of land, he went out to sea to repeat the same pattern. He's made his name by taking out pirate captains and captains alone.
Why would you tell us this now, Jinbei?
Even at sea, he's plagued by the agents of revenge. So working for an emperor is the perfect refuge for him, and thus he joined Big Mom's operation. In recognition of his finely honed caution and incredible defensive ability, he was granted the title of Rook before the upcoming tea party and placed in charge of security for the entire event. In other words, if they are the guards, there is no one to stop them from getting what they want.
Huh?
The main event of this tea party will be the wedding. As you are now aware, Big Mom plans to slaughter the Vinsmokes during the ceremony, and thus seize all of Germa's assets for herself. But meanwhile, behind her back, it is Beji who plans to take Big Mom's head.
What?
What's going on? It's like a whole nest of conspiracies.
I'm trying to find the one point where I had that what? Bruh moment. I can't remember exactly what it is. This is the chapter though.
Well, what's going on? It's like a whole nest of conspiracies.
Well, Luffy, I'm sure you remember that Peckham's guided you here. Oh no, that's still Jinbei.
Well, Luffy, I'm sure you remember that Peckham's guided you here. As a matter of fact, Beji's people took him away and offered him a deal to assist with their plan.
Peckham's? So that's what happened.
Naturally, Peckham's was too loyal and honorable to accept, so they shot him off a cliff into a swarm of sharks to silence him.
What?
Silence him.
Not silent him.
So they shot him off a cliff into a swarm of sharks to silence him.
What?
But one of my companions found him and saved him in the nick of time. He's currently recuperating.
Good. At least he's all right. Man, this is all crazy. That Beji guy's gonna get it.
This is what I want to discuss with you, Luffy. We learned all of this from Peckham's after rescuing him. Once I've heard the story, I tried to anticipate how you would act. I figured that if you learned the truth, you would choose to rescue Sanji and his family. Perhaps it's not fair to Peckham's, but in this situation, should you really be making an enemy of Beji?
Hmm.
The tea party begins at 10 in the morning, and that's about 5 hours from now. That gives us only a few hours to craft an entire plan among the 10 of us.
Stop including us in the number! You freaks will rip your apart for this!
However, Beji and his crew have been relentlessly preparing for this day.
Huh?
Luffy, Sanji, will you team up with Beji?
What? Actually, you've got a point.
Are you insane, Luffy?
Wait, is Luffy for the plan?
You see, I knew he would be.
Luffy, it's 42 against, just so you know. As a matter of
fact, I've arranged a meeting. Will you speak with them?
Yeah, let's do it right now.
What?
Have no fear. If you don't like it, you may refuse. Our goals are slightly different after all.
Fire Tank Base. Fire Tank Pirates Base. Northwest area of Whole Cake Island.
You get rid of Bobbin?
That's right. He was chasing after Blackleg. I told you, German's my heroes, man. Yo-lo-lo-lo-lo.
Are they really coming? Are they really coming to us, Godfather?
Jinbei ain't the kind of man to tell tales.
Oh wait, Jinbei ain't the kind of man to tell tales. As we share a common interest in the Poes and Big Mom, the rational course of action is not to make extra enemies. Everything after that depends on what Straw Hat says. If he tries any funny stuff, we'll just snuff him out here.
And that is the end of chapter 857. Onwards to the last chapter of volume 85. I had to remember that I was on 85. But we're almost done. Chapter 858, Meeting. Great Kitchen, 8th floor, Whole Cake Chateau. The cooks are busy preparing the wedding cake. A life full of love, of zest and zeal. Let me tell you that life's not real. Ooh, I know. I love the. One thing I like about the Whole Cake Island arc in the anime is just how musical everything would get. If it wasn't Big Mom singing in the beginning, it is Big Mom Pirate's head chef, Gourmet Night Struzen. The hard knock life is salt and strain, and tablespoons of tears of pain. But after all that strife and ache, you all deserve a nice sweet cake. Ooh, I know. Ooh, there no. Ooh, I know. Ooh, there no. It was such a nice song. I'm sorry. I'm probably singing it wrong. Okay? I'm probably singing it wrong, so please forgive me for that. Head chef! Fluff and puff and thick and rich. Eastern Cove, Whole Cake Island.
Stop that, Peckums. You must rest and recuperate. Get-o! Has Jinbei reported to Mama yet? About that darn Beji? Of course. No doubt at this very moment, Mama will be crushing Beji the traitor into dust. Get-o! No doubt. There can't be no room for doubt. I gotta go make certain.
Easy.
Easy, easy. Sha, 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 sha.
Because remember, Pauline is here.
Trust us. You've got to lie down and rest, Peckums.
But, Pauline, if somehow the report doesn't reach your ears, get-o! Which is why Jinbei is handling this. If they catch you in that condition, you won't stand a chance. Lay back and take it easy.
Yeah, Peckums! As the ship doctor, I forbid all physical activity. You'll need absolute rest.
You guys. Why are you acting
so dodgy?
Suspicious amount of activity here in the middle of the night, and I saw some folks carrying around luggage and stuff. Listen, you got my gratitude for saving me, but I gotta go.
No, I forbid it!
What do you mean forbid? Get out! What are you hiding?
Then, back to Jinbei.
Luffy, Sanji, you'll find Beji's hideout on the northwest side of the island.
We'll go there
first through the mirror. Get going and meet us there.
Yeah.
Get going and meet us there.
And now we show up at the Fire Tank Pirates base.
We made it! Here's Beji's base! So what's Beji like, anyway?
Think of him as a mafia boss.
4 hours and 15 minutes until the tea party.
Hey, there's my German hero, Vinsmoke Sanji. Oh, great, you.
Hey, where is everyone? Are you Beji?
Real delight to see you again.
The Phantom Gun, Vito.
No need to panic. Your fellow Lolos are relaxing at their little leisure.
Can you repeat that?
Hey, Luffy, Sanji!
Chopper!
Come and take a bath, you guys.
Why are you just chilling here? Time is short and you hate baths.
Cause Chopper done had a nice bath. He ain't got his hat on. We just see the top of his head. Cause you don't see Chopper's top of his head all that often. We just see his head and he just chilling.
I'm afraid you got no choice. The Godfather refuses to meet with unclean guests.
Women's bath, Beji's base.
What?
Lola was a giant warthog zombie?
Because Nami is taking a shower and she's explaining to Chiffon.
Yes, and every time she saw a man she liked, she chased him down and terrify him. But I really don't know what I'd have done without her. Either back then or just now with that tree monster.
That sounds like Lola. No kidding, but you saved...
Oh, wait.
Yes, every time...
I read this. I got the reading wrong. I'm sorry.
Yes, and every time she saw a man she liked, she'd chase him down and terrify him.
Ha, that sounds like Lola.
But really, I don't know what I'd have done without her, either back then or just now with that tree monster.
No kidding, but you saved my little sister too. Thank you. Look, I'm so happy I'm crying. We've always been extremely close. We're twins. And then Carrot.
The dead? Walking and talking? The ocean really is a wonderful a wonderland. And then Lola turned back into a human?
She did. I'm sure she's still pirating away, having a great time. I wonder if she's found a husband yet. I understand Big Mom was pretty furious with her, running away from her wedding and all.
Oh, that? It was a huge scandal. There's a reason that Mama is hated by all the giants around the world.
Huh? The giants?
It's why there are no giants in Topland, despite all the other races being represented.
Giants? So they're real after all.
One day Lola had a surprise suitor who claimed it was love at first sight. It was none other than Prince Loki of Elbaf. Land of the...
Oh, wait. Sorry. I'm reading this wrong. This is still chiffon. One day Lola had a surprise suitor who claimed it was love at first sight. It was none other than Prince Loki of Elbaf, land of the giants.
A prince? Ooh la la.
Mama practically cried with joy. If Lola became a princess of Elbaf, she would overcome her long-standing antagonism with the giants, and even gain use of the Elbaf warriors, the fighting force of what's held to be the mightiest nation in the world. And it shows Big Mom with an evil smile.
I see. So that's what she ran away from.
It all went downhill from there. They tried to pass me off instead, but they realized that I wasn't Lola, and things got even worse with the giants. After that, Mama gave up on trying to have real giants in our group. She started investing in research to gigantify messed me up. She started investing in research to gigantify regular humans instead. And her rage at Lola has only grown over time. She's a wanted woman here. If she ever comes back, they'll kill her. And then Nami, after showering, enters into the bath with Carrot. Plus, I don't think Mama likes me much anymore, given my obvious resemblance.
Don't ever show that face in my presence again!
Every time we meet, she would beat and abuse me for years and years. The scars were constant.
What?
I was afraid my own mother would kill me. Now I don't even think of that monster as my parent. But Lola's so absent-minded, I'm sure she has no idea that our mother is filled with a murderous rage for her. And unmute. Ho ho. Now I don't even think of that monster as my parent. But Lola's so absent-minded, I'm sure she has no idea that our mother is filled with a murderous rage for her.
So that's the story. It all makes sense now. When Beji mentioned
assassinating Mama, I didn't feel a single thing. Does that make me awful? Well, it's the truth. And then we get Brooke. Oh, what a wonderful path that was! Yo! It felt like I was going to heaven. Well, not today, I say.
Why are we getting into the post-battle relaxing stage anyway? We haven't even started the big fight.
Oh, a fridge. Oh, why look, Luffy, they've got milk.
Whoa! Hey, don't go rummaging around in another man's fridge. Perfect timing. I lost a tooth here.
And I've got a crack in my skull.
And both Luffy and Brook both drink milk. And not only is the crack in Brook's skull healed by milk, but Luffy also gets his tooth back. It literally regrows back.
Aw,
Oh, better! How the heck do your bodies work?
3 hours and 30 minutes until the tea party.
Oh, you're gonna get it, Chiffon! You have no idea! How can you be an accomplice to Mama's attempted assassination?
Be reasonable, Lady Chiffon. You should know this plan will never work.
You know what Mama did to me, Sister Brûlée. I'm worried about Lola, and Veggie and Pez are my only family now. That's all I need anymore.
Then a door opens.
That should be everybody. Have you cleaned yourselves up a bit? As the saying goes, the suit makes the man. And I ain't in any mood to speak with someone who can't take care of their appearance. So, we got 3.5 hours. Let's decide if we're working together or not.
And then Veggie sits down as we get everyone dressed up in like some nice clothes. We get everyone dressed up in some nice clothes as we have a sit down.
From my perspective, you are uninvited intruders.
Not uninvited.
From my perspective, you are unwanted intruders. The tidiest solution for us would be to eliminate the whole lot of you right here and now. If I die, your chances of killing Big Mom will be gone. You won't have a ceremony anymore. They'll be suspicious if I'm not back 2 hours before the wedding. I hate to admit it, but you're right. You're the man I can't kill. We don't have time to waste on threats. What does your intuition say, Luffy? Can you work with this man?
And then Luffy just looks at him. And he's looking at someone. And that someone's trying not to give him direct eye contact. You're Caesar! I can tell!
Ah! Caesar? Where?
oh, Chopper.
He's been here the whole time, man.
And then Luffy's just looking over, and then we get a flashback of Veggie running up on Caesar.
Caesar Clown!
Ah, yikes! I'm working! I swear! Tell Big Mom I am!
I asked to take over the security shift and they agreed without a question. I'm a rook now. I have trust and sway. I'm willing to let you go. If you promise to help me in return, that is.
Do you have any idea who you're talking to? I'm the genius Caesar. I'm the genius scientist Caesar Clown. I could destroy the world if I wanted to. What? Straw Hat's coming here? Oh, please, no. I never want to see that guy again.
And then back to the present.
Caesar? Who's that? I'm Veggie's blood brother. The name's Gangster Gastino. Shoo ho 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 ho.
Oh wait, shoo! No! Your laugh's the same. Caesar Clown, Gangster Gastino.
He's not even attempting to hide it.
I mean, Gastino?
Oh, wrong guy. Sorry about that.
What? Yes, it is him, not Caesar.
Aha! I knew it was you! What are you doing here?
Do you really think I'd be here if I had a choice, you idiot? Thanks to you people, I got handed over to Big Mom, and my only escape from certain death was this guy taking control of my heart and making me his slave. If you see Trafalgar Law, tell him I'll kill him the next time we meet. You too, if I get the chance.
Can it, people? Now we're really wasting time. Are you working with me or not, Straw Hat?
As he squashes Caesar's heart.
Ow!
Can you recommend me a short Shonen Jump manga series, at most 4 volumes? I don't know.
I can't think of one at the top of my head, because the only shortest one I know of is 25 volumes. And since 25 is way more than 4, I can't think of one currently at the moment. Hold on. Let me look this up real quick. We are literally, actually, hold on. Let me finish this page because we're at the end of this volume. Let me finish this.
Can it, people? Now we're really wasting time. Are you working with me or not, Straw Hat?
Ow!
As Capone squashes Caesar's heart.
First of all, let me punch you for shooting Peckhams.
Wait, Luffy, that's not going to help matters.
As they all stop Luffy from moving.
But he shot my friend!
You said something bad about the Godfather.
Take it easy, Gotti!
Take it easy, Gotti.
Take it easy, Gotti! Take it easy, Gotti!
No, Beetle, let him do it.
That's right! Kick these bums out!
And then Jinbei's getting exasperated.
Do you like Big Mom?
And all three, Caesar, Capone, and Luffy all go,
I
hate
her.
The not alone makes us allies. You can always fight it out later, but if you form an alliance now, it'll give your cause the advantage.
So what's the plan?
I've got it all arranged in exact in detail.
Then let's carry it out and be done with it.
3 hours and 20 minutes until the tea party. To be continued in One Piece Volume 86. Okay, we are done with Volume 85 of One Piece, ladies and gentlemen. For you, Yaya, let me see. Shonen Jump manga with 4 volumes. Let me look this up for you. I can't say there's very popular ones that are at 4 volumes. Especially from Shonen Jump. How did me putting in manga translate into mama? Let's see. We have psychological horror thriller Doubt, the comedic skull-face bookseller Honda-san, and the fantasy adventure Nicola traveling around the demon's world. We also have Bungo, Stray Dogs, Beast, Kafka, Asagiri, and Boys Run the Riot. Well, probably not that one. Not Boys Run the Riot. I'm just going through volumes that just have, series that have like 4 volumes. Maybe that seems to be it though. Yeah, that just seems to be it. What are some manga that has less than 10 volumes? Nichijou. That's one. I know about Nichijou. Devilman has 2. FLCL has 1. Lupin the Third Greatest Heists. And Junji Ito has... No, not Junji Ito. Junji Ito has like 25. I'm just going down the list. I don't know what any of these mangas are, so I'm hoping and praying that these are safe manga, but I don't know. Let's see. Giant Spider and Me, Wolf Children, A Silent Voice, The Vampire and His Pleasant Companions. Definitely not One Piece, because that is in excess. That is in excess of 4 volumes. Off the top of my head, Yaya, I cannot accurately give you a manga that I can recommend, simply because pretty much every manga I've ever read on this channel has been longer than 4 volumes. So, when you get the chance, might need to look into that. And see if there's any manga that fits your criteria for what you look for in books as well, and then try and work from there. But for me personally, I cannot, from memory, tell you. Samurai Champloo seems interesting. I would highly recommend Samurai Champloo. Hold on, let me see how many volumes Samurai Champloo is. What about Biomega? Hold on, let me check Samurai Champloo. I do need to bring this to an end, though. Samurai Champloo manga. It has a manga adaptation, but it's not the original source material. It's a 2-volume series released in 2004 to coincide with the anime. Yeah. So the manga of Samurai Champloo has 2 volumes, but it goes with the anime. It's not like the anime is following the manga. The manga is actually following the anime because the anime came first. So Samurai Champloo has 2 volumes, but it goes with the anime itself. And you said Biomega? Let's see, how many volumes? 6 volumes. So that's 2 over the 4 that you were saying. But that has 6 volumes. Ran from 2004 to 2009. But those are the only ones I can accurately give you an opinion on at this time. But that's where I'm going to end it, ladies and gentlemen. This stream has gone on for quite a while. I want to go ahead and bring this to a close because I got some other things I still need to be working on before my birthday on Monday. So, and of course, stuff for Sunday as well, but of course, for my birthday on Monday as well. So I got some things to do, some games to play, and some moments to just purely relax. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to the 85th volume of One Piece. I'm looking forward to reacting to the final 4 volumes of the Whole Cake Island arc. And then I can start to condense and expand my playlist of One Piece from not just being chapter 828 originally back in 2016, but from volume 1 of the series. You playing a game today? I probably might. I probably will because I've been meaning to get back into Neo again because I want to progress. Because your boy's been working them ribs with them cestus in my samurai outfit, so I can't wait to show you how many hands I've been running. But to everyone here, whether you're new or you've been here for a minute, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Even check out my Patreon and membership because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. And because I know you're coming back anyway. Have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later, peoples!